Hey guys, today I'm going to be taking a look at the Gears of War Reddit. I'm going to start looking at what's going on Reddit once in a while, making a video, my opinions, because there's some crazy thoughts and opinions on Reddit, and I'm just going to make my opinion known. But I found this Reddit thread, I don't know what you call it, but it says, "What's a Gao hill you would die on? I'll go first. The breach shot is better than the long shot in my opinion. I got more hits on target using just irons than I ever get with the long shot, whether I use scope or not." I don't know if that's really a hill. Oh, okay, he's saying it's better than the long shot because he's better with the breach shot. I don't know why you'd want to die on that hill, but I don't think that's a valid argument when you're saying that you only like it because you're better with it and because it's probably easier to use. It's got more shots and you don't have to reload every shot, so that's an interesting hill to die on. The breach shot was fun, don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna say it's better than the long shot. I'd have to disagree with that. I actually like the concept of the COG, post-Locust War, prioritizing robot soldiers, and then the command of human officers. Yeah, honestly, the concepts are cool, but when you're playing against robots, it's not fun. They should have brought it back when they added the Rager. Yeah, they really, that would be hilarious. Bring the breach shot into Gears 5. I'm just gonna get it out of the way. Gears of War 5 is horrible. Gears 5, it sucks. But I think it would have been funny to have them put that in the game, because it would have been so overpowered, and then these guys would have started complaining once again about Gears 5. I got a refund on that game the first week it came out because I knew it was horrible. Looks like this reminds me of the Scar. Okay, it sounds like Modern Warfare 2. Two different versions of the rifle. Sniper rifle, MK1, Gears 4. Yeah, Gears 4 Markza was pretty decent. I haven't really used it in 5, I have no idea. Okay. They added the Rager. Yeah, nobody knows that because nobody played 5. Breach shot was so satisfying. God damn. Was that so much more fun than the simple long shot or the unlokified version of the weapon, the Markza? Yeah, breach shot was fun in Judgment, but it didn't even seem like it was meant to be in the game. Like when you shoot the gun in the game, there's no recoil, there's no indication that you're shooting. You're just standing like a statue. It's weird. They didn't think. Judgment had some of the best maps, one being Library. Yes, great map. They'd always have unique things about them. Yeah, Secret Passage. It's funny, when I think back to that map, something I clearly remember is the footsteps on that map sounding sublime. So it was a maze. Yeah, I love the Judgment version of Blood Drive. You couldn't camp. Yes, they made some great changes to that ugly map. I don't know, probably the hill in Koth. Yes, that's funny. Anthony Carmine would have been a grub killer with 250 plus kills if they didn't kill him off. Yes, honestly, what they did to the Carmines in 4 and 5 is disgraceful. They made them into like cowards. You got Ben screaming his head off at the beginning of the fight, saying, "Oh, don't let me die out there." Like, what? Dude, shut the fuck up. They never used to be like that. They used to be warriors. On the active hill playing the objective. Good man. I like the Digger more than the drop shot, yes. Both are fun. Actually, the drop shot wasn't that offensive when they added it into Gears 4. It was kind of crazy and fun. But Digger is better. Narratively, Gears of War should have stopped at 3. Make spin-offs and prequels if you must, but they ripped the victory right out of Marcus's hands after everything he lost to get there. Yes, Gears of War should have stopped at 3. Even if I played a lot of Gears 4 multiplayer, I would agree with this. Hopefully EDA makes some course corrections there. Anya's death being the biggest fumble of all time. Yes. What even? I don't even remember what happened to Anya. It was off screen. Gears and Halo have the same narrative problem. Gears and Halo 3 are such definitive good guys win finales that anything that comes afterward feels awkward. Yep. 343 is horrible too. Not just a coalition. Kate and most of the new cast are great characters. Oh my god. And in line with the quality and tone of the original trilogy. People like this are the greatest threat to the future of Gears. What in the world is this? While Del is somewhat generic, he fills his role perfectly, and JD's development in 5 is some of the best in the series. Wow. Del was a simp and a weirdo and only was joking around all the time, and JD's development was that they hated him and then they all became friends in the end. They opened fired on some civilians. I remember that much. Foz and Jin are two of the best characters in the series. Alright. This guy's trolling. He's not real. I feel like the Breach Shot was an awesome addition for the Locust, and I personally find Jermad very interesting. I'm not sure who that is. The Retro Lancer and Hammerbush should have stayed as selectable starting weapons. That would only work if you tuned everything properly. It's bad enough that the Lancer is never tuned properly. That's one thing about Gears 5 that's good, is the Lancer. It's the only thing good about Gears 5 is the Lancer's not overpowered, because if you get on Gears 4 in 2024, it's diabolical, it's disgraceful. Gnashers only, yeah, that's how Gears 4 should be at this point. Wall balancing is good for the franchise, and most players who want it out of multiplayer are coping. Yeah, wall bouncing's great. What they did in Gears 5 was kind of over the top, but opinion is valued even if we don't agree. Okay. Good for the franchise, turning a casual, semi-hardcore crowd, which are the most important part of a player base for every game's longevity. I don't think he's explaining himself here, because I don't know what he's talking about. Gears of War 3 was peak Gears multiplayer, and Gears 4 and 5 multiplayer is too slow. It favors stacking Lancer fests. That's how I know you never played Gears 4 that much, because Gears 4 multiplayer is the fastest in the series. That's a hill I will die on. The wall bouncing in Gears 4 actually worked well and was very fast. Once you got used to it, it was fine, but the skill gap in Gears 4 is huge. You know, even taking a break from that game for a few months, going back to it, you're gonna get toasted for your first few games until you get back into the groove. The Breach Shot really was a stronger weapon. There would be some times, like in Library, where you would have to fight a Breach Shot with a long shot, and it was hard. Yeah, Breach Shot's easy. That's why you did better with it. Gears of War Pendulum Wars would be a good game. Yes. That's Gears of War 5. That Gears of War 5 was great. And that people gotta learn how to adjust and move on. Adjust to what exactly? I mean, adjust to the ugly character skins, the blood sprays that are stupid, the emotes, adjust to the executions that don't even look, they look like they were made by a 5-year-old, like they don't look polished. You gotta be more specific if you're gonna talk like that. It's multiple rounds per mag. Yeah, it's got too many rounds. It's too fast to shoot. It's for a sniper. That's why they never brought it back. Nothing will ever compare to Gowan Sniper Community. Those 1v1 battles on Middlebridge Canals were amazing. Yeah, those were great. Gears of War Pendulum Wars would be a good game. Yes. Did someone else say that? Or did I already read that? The pistols are the best. Wish they had a dual wield option. Having a dedicated sidearm slot is essential. Gears 4 fucked it up. I think, I know the snub was still in Gears 4, so I'm not sure what he means. Torque bow is probably the most shocking, satisfying weapon in the game. You're in a game just minding your own business and chuck boom. Yeah, the Torque bow is amazing. Grenade tagging is the biggest FU in the game. Yeah, I hate it. Mortar launcher was highly underrated. Yup. Taj died entirely too early. Don't know who that is. Damon Baird is the Neville Longbottom of the entire world of Gao. I know who that is, but I don't know how Damon Baird is Neville Longbottom. They seem like opposites. That Gears has always been the most fun when the Gnasher was not the only thing that people were wanted to use. And I can agree, but I don't think in modern Gears people are not using the Gnasher like they used to. They're new age Lancer boys. This is not a problem anymore. I don't know. Some people just hate the Gnasher for no reason. I don't know why. It's not even great. It's not even used that much anymore. Dom needed to die when he did. Simply put, he had nothing to live for. Once he found out his wife was a living corpse and subsequently put her down, he never really seemed the same after to me. Yeah, it would have been nice to see him live, but would be ultimately miserable fighting a war with no one to protect. It was a fitting end, and a meaningful one at that. He gave up on his life. He gave up his life to do one last good thing, saving his best friend and squad from the Lambent Horde while giving Marcus more depth to his character. Yeah, no, that was a very good story moment. That, you can die on the hill. Gears in-game cutscenes are the worst. Squad is almost standing out in the open. Plot armor on full display, killing the immersion. I kind of like the Gears cutscenes, like when they go through doors. And some story moments are good too, just standing around, because the armor looks so cool that honestly I can overlook this, but you do have a point. They probably would have gotten smoked off just standing around like that. Gears 1 was the best campaign. I can agree. I played the campaign a few months ago, and I was just looking around at the environments and the whole dark, gritty atmosphere, as people always like to coin it, is amazing. And Mark says the best. Gears 4, Mark says it's the only one I have experience with, and yeah, it's pretty damn strong. If you put your reticle right under their head and just spam the trigger, you're gonna probably get a headshot. Canals, new generation has done 343 damage in terms of interest in the universe and story with the generic skin swap villains. Yeah, Coalition and 343 have both disgraced their franchise. Interest, yeah, no one cares about Gears 5. Like I say, I got a refund for that the first week. The gameplay's awful. It feels like there's a delay to the movement, there's delay to everything. And it feels like your character isn't even 3D. He's just a paper thin character. It's hard to explain. There's no weight to the character anymore. It's just too weird. Hammer Burst needs to be a starting gun option, and they should have given us the hacked DBs as playable online. True, hacked DBs, like, I don't know, probably would have been alright. I still don't like robots. Sawed Off was great. Yeah, it was cool. I know we didn't like it when it came to Gears 3, but it was for the people who just didn't like the Gnasher, I guess. And it was quite easy to counter. You could just bounce off or roll backwards or whatever when you see them coming. Unless they're hiding around a corner, then you're screwed. Gears 5 would have been better if the main protagonist was JD instead of Kate. Yes, Kate is horrible. Kate is the worst character ever in all entertainment. Like, screw your orders. No, screw you, Kate, you fucking cunt. The defaulternate control scheme makes a major difference, and pros act like it doesn't because it carries hard. Never used that, so I don't know. I use the claw formation. The Swarm is worse version than the Lambent. I don't think I need to say anymore. Yeah, that's right. Swarm sucks. They look like they just threw like pieces of garbage on them and then said, yeah, we're Armored Swarm. That Gao is better than Gao. That's a tricky one to wrap my head around. I think they should have ended the story after the conclusion we got in 3, and I feel 4 and 5 and now a possible 6 are milking it. Don't get me wrong, multiplayer and Horde on 4 is fun and all, but the story ended and they reopened it. Yeah, it's hard to say. New Gears multiplayers would have been cool, but no one cares about the story after 3. No one cares. In terms of lore, the Locust being another super soldier experiment gone wrong really diminishes and demystifies them in my eyes. True, I prefer them just being a subterranean species that evolved alongside and underneath humanity over thousands of years. Having them be just a few decades old military science experiment is really lame in my opinion. I think it's kind of cool, like hearing about it in Gears 2 was cool. And then they did it again in Gears 5 and it was cringe. Like they had Mira locked in a room. I don't know what they were doing. It was just weird. Made no sense. Should be a game about the Lambent War from the Locust perspective. That would be awesome. Good idea. Gal 1 multiplayer was peak. Everything since 19. Round execution on canals has been downhill, yes. Gal 1 multiplayer was great. And that's another topic for another day. Gal 1 multiplayer was great. Gal UE multiplayer was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Gal 5 has the best Horde mode. I don't know anything about Horde. Escape is enjoyed best on Inconceivable or Master. Escape sucked too. That was horrible. Flashbangs and Lancers, only hate them because they lose to them. Flashbangs? Don't get me started on that. That made me refund the game. Gears of War used to be something you play all night long. You know, you want to save your eyesight. You don't want flashbangs going off, bright menus. Gears 5 has a horrible bright menu. Even shooting the gun in that game is a flashbang in itself because if you're zoomed in, the flash goes across the whole screen and blinds you. So it's not good to play that for long periods of time. You'll probably have a seizure. It's not Gears of War multiplayer if you respawn. That is one I can agree with, but for the sake of everyone else, like if Gears E-Day only had no respawn modes, that'd be cool. I love the breach shot. Okay. Judgment's campaign is not bad. It's something different. Also true. It was a good campaign. Gears would be better as a first-person shooter. What in the world? Bring the franchise to PlayStation would do wonders for the brand. A masterpiece like this deserves to be enjoyed by everyone. Yeah, sure. The cutscene between Dom and Maria was impossible to take seriously. What? It was too cringe. To be fair, all the acting was never an issue. Dom's emotional acting was just cringe. Yeah, I don't know. At the time, like it seemed pretty emotional to me. It's still wild to me that he took his biggest fucking pistol to pop her in the face. Yeah. I never thought about that. He should have just fucking tossed her into the emulsion or something. The Gal 1 hill I'll die on. The Gal hill I'll die on. Why does the Lancer have to suck? What? Bro! Have you played any Gears? Now hear me out. Why is it that Gears 5, they tuned the thing into a glorified BB gun? PvP has struggled to down someone, and somehow down people manage to make ridiculous amounts of shots. Okay, listen, if you go to Gears 4 and you play that game, you will take your opinion back, and you will be like, wow, Gears 5 did something right for once. Because Gears 4 is unplayable. Probably same with Gears 3. The rifles are just too strong. People play really seriously still. I don't know why. Anyways, I don't know about this one. This is a bad one. But, you know, you gotta respect it. Any Gears player is good in my books, but yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, it's not the Lancer that's the main problem. It's the fact that no active reload, even in quick. No, I didn't know that. I don't play Gears 5. But that sounds suspicious. To me, many people flip shit when getting Lancer down. It's always been a secondary to the Gnasher. I've had more success being mid-range and downing someone bum rushing me trying to turn me to bits. It's time to kill ROF. Rate of fire was never a problem to me, but I get what you're saying. Balancing it online is tough, and it may tip the scale. Retro Lancer from 3 needed a lot of things. The Lancer can still hold its own. Still from the last time I played. Yeah, you know, I don't know what in the world this guy up here is talking about, because you can still rip people apart. I've seen Gears 5 being played. You can still answer people down, especially if it's more than one. The game should only be played from a Phoenix perspective, preferably Marcus. Yep. Dom's death is not very emotional, impactful, could have been done better. After seeing someone joke about it in the comments of a video somewhere, I really wanted to make a meme version of that cutscene where Marcus hears one of Dom's perfect headshots or perfect reload voice lines as he walks away. I thought it was emotional. The game is by far at its best when the Gnasher is strong and the Lancer is weak. Yes! I know different people like different things, but the Lancer gameplay is boring. True. And it should only be good for team shotting and weakening people and stuff. The mainly kills should come from the shoddy duels. Yep, that's 100% right, because the Gnasher is core to Gears, and that is the most rewarding gameplay in multiplayer. Leave the Lancer for Horde and stuff. Like, campaign and Horde, sure, you Lancer your ass off, but the multiplayer should not be Lancer focused. And go play Gears 4, go play Gears 3, multiplayer in 2024. You will see the Lancer is just horrible. GAU has 4 games. GAU 4 and Gears 5 don't exist. Yeah, Gears 5 doesn't exist. GAU 4, I would rather GAU 4 exist than Judgment, to be honest. But that's true. Gears 5 has the best story of them all so far. Wow. And that's where we're gonna end it, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna hop on Reddit once in a while, just look at what people are saying, because there's so many crazy, insane opinions on here that it's kind of funny to read and see people sharing their opinions about Gears. And you know, all Gears players are good in my book. Some are better than others, I'll be honest, but it's fun to get on here and see what's going on. Alright, take care. Goodbye.